Welcome back. And here with us today is Mayor Ken Purdy and Kate Kelly of the Chamber Tourism Department. And we're so glad to have you both here. And Kate and I are going to put Ken on the hot seat and talk a little bit about his history with Tahlequah and what's happening with Tahlequah. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Patty. Thanks for having me back, Kate. Good to see you,
Good to see you.
Well, yeah, I've got some history in Tahlequah, like other folks at the table here. I was born and raised in this community, and I remember a town in my youth that used to end about the Plaza Shopping Center. That was the extent of our commercial district. And I think everybody knows where that goes to now. It goes quite a ways further south and actually expands in all directions, I think. You know, the great thing about Tahlequah is a lot of the things that from 30 years ago that made the community special are still here today and make this community special still today. We've grown tremendously. There's no question about that. And the nature of the services that we provide, I think, have improved as a municipal government. Tahlequah still has those small town characteristics that I think still bring a lot of people to the community.
And what I like is that we're sitting here in the AMC, which I think we should be very proud of, that we have moved our city offices here in the old Armory building, and it's really nice, and it really puts a good foot forward, I think, for Tahlequah, and it's right across from the chamber, so everything is just really nicely located for convenience.
Well, when we saw it on the open market, basically 4 years ago now, I think, I just thought it would be a real shame to miss that opportunity for the public, basically, to reacquire the building and put it back into use and public capacity. And I just am so pleased with the way the people have responded and used the facility kind of day in, day out.
I'm sorry to jump in there, but I just got so excited because this building speaks to your interest in preservation of Tahlequah and our beautiful structures and historic sites.
The site of the building, the potential uses of the building were absolutely central to my interest in making sure that downtown Tahlequah stays the heartbeat of our community. Irregardless of how we spread out, every community needs a center and needs something that's identifiable. And I think downtown Tahlequah needs to continue to be that from now on. And so to be able to take a building that had the potential to be vacant, or a use that didn't necessarily generate a lot of public activity, and reformat it so that it would continue to have that public interest and public activity was real satisfying.
And this building is, as I'm sure you know, and you know, Patty, on the National Register of Historic
Indeed
Places.
It is, built in 1936, and all the stonework in here from local quarries. So yeah, this is about as historic as many of the other really important pieces of architecture in our community.
And Beth Harrington thinks you're awesome because of that.
I've just finished working with Beth down the hall.
That's great. One of the things that we wanted to congratulate you on is that your father was mayor, and I'll let you talk about that just a little bit, Kate.
Well, we had just been thinking about the long tradition of family that your family has in public service here in Tahlequah. Your mother was an active community volunteer. Your father was a mayor. And you were recently, along with your father, honored at the Tahlequah City Hospital Hearts of Gold Gala.
Yeah, the Thompson Award.
I was with I think all the mayors
Yes.
of Tahlequah since the hospital is relocated to its current site out on East Downing. Yeah, it was a great honor. And I truly appreciated the fact that they recognized my dad, who was mayor at the time when the community kind of rethought the future of the hospital and decided to create a trust to manage that facility. And so he took, along with others in the community, a leadership position to make sure that a trust indenture was in place and an organization was set up to be able to manage it. And my goodness, look at it now. It was a cow pasture this was in the early 70s that happened. And the facilities, the services are, as I told folks at the Hearts of Gold Gala the other night, they've made us proud. They truly have, with what we've been able to expand. Every community has to have healthcare. You have to value healthcare if you want to thrive as a community and grow. And to be able to have a hospital that's at the core of that healthcare system in a community that is as vibrant as ours is a real blessing.
And looked at statewide. I mean, evidently we are going to be like a corner piece for what small communities need to have to operate.
Sure,
and I
Patty.
think we're in awesome hands.
We really are, and just the ability to partnership with Cherokee Nation and Hastings Hospital, with the services that they provide, and those that Tahlequah City Hospital provides, have enabled us to grow dramatically. I think we still have one of the only heart care centers outside of a major metropolitan area in the state of Oklahoma. We now have women's health care services, cancer services are coming on the scene.
And of course the heart.
Right. And it's, it's everybody that comes to a community and wants to make decisions about raising a family there, growing a business there, wants to know that their health care could be taken care of.
Well, the hospital, with Kate and I in our job capacity, her in the tourism and I as a realtor, everything that you all do in the hospital directly affect us in our jobs. And it's so nice when I have new people moving to town, or even people who have been out in the county moving into town, to show them all the things that we have to offer that are new to Tahlequah, really, or expanded upon the old that was working okay, but we've just made it so much better, from our parks, which we'll talk about in the next segment, but our hospital is really key to getting a lot of people to feel comfortable, especially retirees, to come to our community.
It really is. As I say, healthcare is a vital service in any community, and we are indeed fortunate in Tahlequah that we've seen the kind of growth and expansion of services. And one thing that many people don't think about, but from my perspective, it's critical, is it's hard to ignore the fact that it's a kind of a major gear in the economic engine of a community as well.
Oh yeah, we've been selling lots of houses, that's right, you bet.
And that's right, you sell lots of houses to people, physicians and others, so it's vital from a number of perspectives.
And it's also great to note that our small city hospital has become a regional health care center. And that we're lucky too, and that Tahlequah is one of the few hospitals I know of in this part of not only the state but the region to have an air ambulance service actually based here, which is also very important considering how much rural area we have.
It is, and that's it's one of those critical services that the hospital can provide. But it's also a really good example of how we can kind of partner up with other elements of city government. The air ambulance service probably wouldn't be here if we didn't have a municipal airport that also sold the fuel that they need to be able to run the aircraft, run the helicopters. And so we've been able to make sure that we've made improvements at that airport that can support that healthcare service, basically, that we also provide in the community.
Well,
it all ties together.
Well, Tahlequah has put on the map for a lot of different reasons. The Illinois River, University, Northeastern State, the Cherokee Nation, and our hospital is certainly proving its point as well. You bet,
That's right.
You bet.
Yeah.
Well, we'll continue this conversation when we'll be right back.